Good morning, y'all. It's Miss Keish with the midweek message. Today is going to be Isaiah 41 and 10. I'm a paraphrase here. He tells us to not fear, to not be dismayed, for He is our God and He is with us. That He will uphold us in our times of need with His hand of righteousness. So basically, He's telling us He's not going to let us down. He's telling us that no matter what obstacle, emotional, mental, physical, financial, no matter the obstacle that you're going through, that He has your back. Remember that He is your God, that the God you serve is the mighty one, and that with all His righteousness, He will hold you up, meaning He's not going to let you bury yourself. You might slip, you might fall, but you'll get back up. You might bend, but you won't break. We have so many different references that we can look to let us know that we're going to be all right. So many different spirituals, so many different sayings that God has you. It's not an easy thing to do by any means, but it can become a train of thought, a pattern that you put in your head when things start to get heavy. When you start to feel like emotionally you just can't take anymore. When you start to feel like you don't know which way to turn because there's no apparent possible solution for you that you can get your hands on. Remember, it's not your hands that have to get on it, it's God's. And God is holding you and walking through all of this with you. So none of this is going to be your end, your destruction. Your appointed time is your appointed time. So all these challenges and these nudges and these aggravations, they're not going to end you. There's no reason for you to be like, oh my God, I can't do this no more. It's breaking me. There's no reason for you to let that consume you. Are you going to feel that way at times? Yeah, you are. I think everyone has had their share of moments where it was just one little bitty thing that can push them over and it's just done with. Put a fork in it. But the point of this scripture is for us to start recognizing that is what's not a realistic point of view. That feeling like that and thinking like that and letting it consume us to the point of depression, anger, animosity, fear is what's the problem, because God has already promised us that He is our God, that He will be there for us, and that He will hold us up during all this trauma. So you're not going to drown, you're not going to die, it's not going to be the end of the world. He will work everything together for the greater good of those who love Him and serve Him, and that's you. Don't think about no preconceived ideas that you have or notions or stereotypes of what the good Christian looks like or what the good saved person looks like, because you don't ever want to forget that God judges a man's heart, and He can see things and remember things that you can't. So if a certain situation has led you down a certain path, if a feeling from your past that you blocked out because it was too hurtful has put you at a disposition, but you are inherently a good person, you are inherently trying to do what's right in the eyes of the Lord, you are applying His word, it just isn't working out for you yet because you're not there yet, God still loves you. He's still going to be there for you. He's still going to hold you up. He's still going to walk you through it. You ain't going to starve to death. If the lights get cut off, you ain't going to freeze to death. If you get evicted, you will get a new house. If your car breaks, you still will find a way to get to work. And guess what? If you don't, maybe that job wasn't for you. Whenever we go, it's our time to go. Everything else is just a trial. Everything else is just a lesson. Everything else is the opportunity for a testimony. And instead of allowing those thoughts to swarm us that we're ready to give up, just start telling ourselves Isaiah 41 and 10, that my Father has me. My Father's going to walk through it with me. My Father's not going to let this be my end. So even though I'm stressed right now, I don't need to let it consume me. Even though I'm worried into the ground right now, I don't need to let it bury me. And why is this? Because He already told you that it wasn't. This is temporary. Our whole life here is temporary. We do live eternally, but not on this plane. You going to mess up your eternity for 60, 70, 80 years here if you live that long, because a lot of us don't live that long. that whatever is going on in your life, good, bad, or ugly, keep him as a foundation. Because if you keep him as a foundation, especially when things are bad, eventually it's going to be a little ding in your brain that tells you, God got this. It's okay. No matter what way it works out, no matter how it turns out, he has me. And I'm going to survive this. I'm going to survive this, and somewhere down the line it's going to be a benefit to me. We always look at tangible benefits only. There's more to something being there for you, or something being a benefit, than a tangible benefit. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be an object. It doesn't have to be something you can see. The wisdom that we can gain, the knowledge that we can gain, the understanding that we can gain, and the ability to help others who are going through the things that we are currently going through in the future, that's priceless. It's called, we're learning critical thinking skills. We're learning strategic thinking. We're learning to be warriors. Because at the end of the day, y'all, remember, we're choosing a side. And that side is what we're going to battle on. There's battles and there's wars. Each time I want to make sure that I am representing God's side, because that's who I'm with. And I want to have the faith that no matter how overly consumed I get, no matter how burdened I feel, that I remember that he is my Father, and that he has me, that he holds me up, that he guides me, and that he protects me. The devil can't steal my life, and I'm not going to let him. Have a blessed day, and thank you for joining me at Journey of the Word Ministries, home of everything known to God, where all are welcome regardless of their belief, and we concentrate and nurture relationship rather than religion. Have a good rest of the week, y'all.